Engine idle temperature management system. What is it? How does it work? Let's find out. Welcome to Bob's Garage. If this is your first time here, my name is Bob, and I post videos full of motorcycle-related content and other fun stuff every week right here from Charlotte, North Carolina. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on each week's new video. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Welcome back to the garage, folks. Hotter weather is around the corner. We're going to be seeing the 90s here soon. I mean, today it's a beautiful day. It's like 77 or something like that. But by the weekend and next week, we're going to see some 90-degree temperatures. So your Harley Davidson, those built after 2007, are equipped with something called the Engine Idle Temperature Management System, EITMS. And what that does, you're going to use that like, let's say you're sitting at a stoplight, it's a hot day, and it's going to prevent your bike from overheating and keep you comfortable. It really is a comfort feature too. It just less heat from the motor up onto you when you're riding. So what happens is once the engine temperature gets over 275 degrees, this will activate, and what we'll do is the rear cylinder fuel injector will turn off. It'll keep pumping, keep going, just no fuel's going in, and that pump will create, that cylinder moving creates a pump of air to keep the motor cool, and it prevents from overheating and keeps you comfortable while you're on the motorcycle. We didn't even realize our bikes had it at first. We were out riding, and you know, my wife's slim, and we're stopped at a light and it's hot, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm like, what's wrong with the bike? It sounded like it was lugging, you know what I mean? It just didn't sound right. And sure enough, you know, once we got the engine going up over 2 miles an hour, the fuel injector turned back on and everything was cool. But we weren't even aware of it. We went over to Speedway Harley Davidson and asked Josh out in service about it, and he's the one that explained it to me. And it's a really cool feature, especially if you live in a climate such as this where we do get 90-degree temperatures in the summertime. And that's pretty much most of the country that's going to get the hot temperature in the summertime. So it's a really cool feature to have. The way it works, your bike from the factory comes with this disabled. You would need to enable the system, and it's really not hard to do. I've got the steps here, and I'm going to read you these steps. So all you're going to do is, if you're on a touring bike, you turn your ignition switch to on. Softail, just click the button. Don't start the bike, just click the on to the run position. And then you're just going to bring your throttle to just roll off a little bit and hold it there. And then after about 3 seconds, your cruise control indicator lamp is going to flash. If it's flashing green, then the EITMS is enabled, and if it flashes the amber color, then it's disabled. And you can activate it with the bike running. If you're at a light and you see you're going to be there for a while, if you're stuck in traffic, you can activate it while you're running. Just refer to your owner's manual or your local dealer for any kind of particulars in case I'm missing something. But I know a lot of you guys are like, I've been using this for years, I knew all about it, but a lot of folks didn't. So I'm just trying to, you know, bring something to the attention of the riders that aren't aware of it. So it's a pretty cool system. Harleys are, you know, nowadays these new Softails, and since the Rushmore project on the touring bikes, the technology is fantastic on these bikes. So this is just a really cool system to help keep you cool, keep the bike from overheating, and whatnot. So we'll be using that probably this Sunday. We're going to be going for a ride up into the near the Blue Ridge Parkway. There's a restaurant up there. It's like a biker hangout called Freeborns, and it's only a little over 2 hours away up in the mountains, and we'll head up there. But the high temperature here in town is going to be 91. Now, once we get up the higher elevations, of course, it'll be cooler. But heading out that way and then coming back home, this system may be something that we're going to want to enable and use to keep us cool and keep the motor from overheating. So yeah, a lot of folks complain that the bike feels like it's getting too hot or it's uncomfortable, and you know, if the ride is uncomfortable because it's too warm. This is a great system to enable. So again, refer to your owner's manual just in case I'm missing something here, or talk with your service advisor at your local Harley Davidson dealer. They can give you more information, and there's probably a lot of things on these motorcycles that I just don't know about. But if you have any comments about this, or if there's other features that you have found on your motorcycle that a lot of people may not be aware of, please post them down below in the comments, because you know, one of the purposes of my channel is to just inform Harley riders of things that they might not know about. And like this, when we first bought our motorcycles, we weren't aware of this. And when it first, we enabled it, and when it first activated at that light, like I told you, with the soft tail, we were like, what is wrong? We thought something was wrong with the bike. And then again, if you're sitting at the light and the system activates and the rear fuel injector turns off, once you get up over like 1 to 2 miles an hour, the fuel injector engages again, and everything is fine. The bike will run as normal. And then once the temperature drops below, say 200, I think it's 265, once the engine temperature drops, then it won't come back on again until the temperature goes up higher. It may not go up higher, it depends on your riding. So it's once you have it enabled, it's a fully automatic system. It'll enable when it's needed, and it'll turn off when it's not needed. So it's a nice feature to have. Hope you guys had a chance to watch last week's video. Hear my little rant, see some of the images that I got from down in Myrtle Beach. Thinking about maybe doing Myrtle Beach again in September. They have the fall rally down there, and it was just such a beautiful ride down and back. No highway, not a lot of traffic. The weather was perfect, and in the fall the weather is going to be, you know, it's usually beautiful down here in the fall. So I'm considering going down there and maybe taking my wife with me this time and heading down in September. It's the end of September, like the 24th or something, to the beginning of October. So considering doing that. We've also got the Boone Bike Rally up in the mountains coming up in June. That's always that's a 2-day event. And for us, it's great because we don't need to get a hotel or a camp or anything, because it's just up the road. We can head up there and do a day pass and check that out. So there's a lot going on. Let me know what kind of rallies you have going on. I know up in New York, you have Americade. I think they moved that to September or something, which was always in June. I don't know why they had to move it, but I think they have this Warrensburg bike thing that they're doing in June to supplement. But Americade was always a great time up in the Adirondacks on Lake George. We always loved that when we lived in New York. I know Laconia has a great rally up in New Hampshire. But let me know if there's something in your area that's kind of small that you're doing that I may not know about. And, you know, I know that there's a bunch in Florida and there's all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to go over this EITMS system with you in case you weren't aware of it. Again, a lot of folks are, but a lot of folks aren't too. So hopefully this will help you with your summertime riding. And that's all I've got. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please post some comments down below. I love the comments, so please keep them coming. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and we'll see you next week.